let's talk a little bit about EXP and what they're doing to cause so much disruption in the real estate world. Hey guys, I'm Karen Vechart. I'm the local Northeast Georgia and surrounding areas realtor. If you want to learn more about all things real estate, make sure you follow me and please smash that like button. Show me some love. All right guys, let's hop right in. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to take a little dive back in history of brokerages in real estate and how they kind of did things and how it's changing and where it's going. All right, so looking back, Coldwell Banker in the early 1900s, they kind of kicked it off and they were given a commission rate of 50-50. That's great for its time. Agents loved it. They're getting paid, doing their thing. So they dominated that time era. Then you fast forward into the 60s and 70s. Well, here comes Century 21. Well, they showed a little bit more love, of course, because what brokerage doesn't want to get more agents? Because that means they make more money. So they did a 70-30 split. So all the agents kind of flocked over to Century 21 to see what that was all about. So they kind of dominated that time. Then in the 80s and 90s, we had a new dominator. That was RE/MAX. RE/MAX, they do a 95-5 split, which I believe is what they still do today. But I have heard, I do not know personally, that there is a ton of fees with RE/MAX, so it doesn't really, it's not as good as what it seems, is what I've heard when you get in there. I've also heard that it can be very devastating to new agents because you're not really getting a whole bunch of sales at the beginning, so you're actually spending more money than what's coming in. So if anybody out there knows more about RE/MAX, maybe you work there or have worked there, you can drop us some comments, give us a little more insight. So they kind of dominated that time. And then we have Keller Williams. Everybody knows Keller Williams, the big KW. They're also doing the 70-30, but they introduced something called caps. So when an agent would hit their cap, say $23,000, they would go from 70-30 to 100% commission, which is awesome. So of course, all the agents flocked over to Keller Williams. You know, as we all know, money talks. Everybody wants to get paid more. Duh. So then we have EXP Realty. Now, what is EXP doing differently that none of these other ones have done yet? Well, we'll talk about that in just a minute. Let's talk about the commission split first. So they're 80-20 with a $16,000 cap. After that, you move to 100%. But they have a little bonus you can do here. If you hit icon status, sell enough homes, and you hit the status, guess what they do with that $16,000 that you paid them in your commissions? They give it all back in stocks, right? So that's pretty awesome. That's one of the cool things that they do. So what they're doing different. So EXP isn't a brick and mortar. It is a virtual brokerage. So we're going to hop over. Let's look at this screen. So with a virtual brokerage, you can see the virtual EXP versus a brick and mortar, the franchises. You can see the difference. So they both have something in common. Ownership is at top, of course. But here's where the difference is. You have these three middle people between ownership and the agent at a brick and mortar. You got your international owners, regional and brokerage owners. You have all those. So, and all these people, guess what they're getting? Paid. So extra money is going into these pockets, and there's no extra money left for little old agents sitting down at the bottom because they're having to dish it out to all these other people that want to make money. Then you see EXP over there. Agents are right under ownership. They don't have the brick and mortars to keep up with and the maintenance and the rent and franchisees and all that good kind of stuff. It's just ownership, agent. So what can EXP do since they cut out all that middle garbage? Well, they can give it back to the agents. Kind of like when you hit icon status, I said they give the $16,000 back in stocks. That's awesome. So you're not, even if you left EXP 3, 4, 5 years, or maybe you retire, guess what? You're not leaving empty-handed. Are you leaving empty-handed if you leave your traditional brick and mortar? Did you leave with anything? Nope, you didn't. Exactly. So that is one cool thing about EXP being a virtual brokerage. Now, another thing is they do revenue share. This is another way that you can earn income. You have your slow seasons, and it's kind of nice to have some extra money just coming in your pocket for doing what? Doing what you would already do anywhere else, right? And it's also something else is just extra revenue. We'll just say that. Anyways, so what that is basically, if you love your brokerage and enjoy what you're doing at any brokerage, doesn't matter where you are, what are you going to do? You're going to want your friends and your, people you've networked with, you want them to come join you because you're excited. You like your brokerage. Of course you want them to join your brokerage. Well, here at EXP, when you do that and someone comes in with you, guess what? You get money for doing that, which is awesome. Who doesn't want money? Money talks, right? I don't care who says it don't, it does, for me at least. So really cool thing is in 2022, EXP gave $202 million back to their agents for helping the brokerage grow, just for bringing more agents in. $202 million. I know. So they also give you stocks for the revenue share. They gave $2.57 million in stocks, which is worth $42.5 million. That is a lot. You see how much they're giving back to their agents? So you're doing the same amount of work. You're doing the same job, just at a different brokerage, right? You're still being an agent, but you're getting more. So you get more value too. Let's talk about what EXP gives you. So a lot of people are scared. I'm going to pull up another screen. So a lot of people are kind of nervous to come over to a brokerage that doesn't have an actual office, especially new agents, because they feel like they need to be there. They need a mentor, somebody to help them, get them started. Well, that couldn't be like more far from the truth. You don't need a physical building to get help and that support that you need any level of your agent career. So let's look at it. We'll look at this page. So along with the commissions, we'll talk about the mentorship program we have. We'll do that first as part of the value. This would be for new agents or agents that kind of been out of the game for a while. Maybe they took a break. So any agent that comes to EXP that hasn't had 3 deals in the last 12 months, any agent that fits that category will go into the mentor program. So in the mentor program, the split is a little bit different. I know we talked about the 80-20 earlier. It's basically a 60-40. So they do take an additional 20% for those first 3 transactions. But that additional 20% is well worth everything you get and the help that you get. And the people giving you that help deserve it, because that's where this 20% is going. So the 20% split, you got 10% that's going to go to the mentor themselves. The other 10% is going to go to the mentor team. Everybody getting everything together. They have classes, all kinds of stuff that you do when you first come in on the mentor. You do all kinds of trainings. There's 50 hours of training every week in the EXP world, from icon agents, top agents. Side note, do you think if you go to your brokerage here in your local town where there's, 10 agents, maybe it's a bigger brokerage, there's 15 agents, I don't know. Do you think the top agents in that brokerage are gonna want to give away their secrets? And, here comes a young, new, or, a new individual that's all pumped up, ready to go, and they're motivated. Do you think they're going to give away their secrets? That's competition. They're not going to create more competition. But here at EXP, that doesn't exist. We have people, you have access to all these icon agents all over the world, in the US, different countries, everywhere. So it's not like they don't see it as competition. I'm learning from people in different states. I'm learning from people at the south end of my state. It's everybody. It's like a family. Everybody helps. And I've learned so much here. So just a little side note. we'll talk more about value in just a second. While I have this page pulled up, I forgot to mention just the standard cost, just to be transparent. They're pretty simple and it's not very much compared to some brokerages. So you have a $149 startup fee, and then after that, it's $85 a month. That pays for your technology fee, your education, and like I said, there's 50 hours of live education classes every single week in EXP. So, and then you have a $25 broker review fee. That's every transaction. And then a $40 risk management fee, which does cap at $500. So if you're selling a ton of stuff, you cap, that goes away. All right. Enough about all this money and all that good stuff. Let's talk about the value that EXP is going to give you. You get a lot. So we'll talk about EXP's value. We already talked about the stocks that you have access to, as far as communication and jumping into groups and networking in a virtual setting. We have EXP World, which I'll show you in a little bit. It's kind of like The Sims. You can walk around and go to offices. It's like literally being in an office, but sitting on your couch. It's cool. Workplace, that's very similar to Facebook because Facebook creators made it. Hop in there. You can get into your state group. You can get into like referral groups and groups that do luxury. There's groups everywhere. And guess what? There's even a mentor group. So if you're a newbie and you feel like you're going to ask a dumb question, one, there isn't a dumb question. Hop in there and ask. They will help. It's so great. You're never alone. Great thing is you can send a message anytime you want and somebody's probably going to respond. Doesn't matter what time it is. So valuable resource right there. It also has the IM messaging function just like Facebook. So you could just individually talk to people too. EXP University, we kind of talked about that. That's where you get all your classes and education. They partner with Clearwater for healthcare to try to get you some good rates, which I use, and the rates aren't bad. For me anyways, it is based on individuals' health histories and age and all that stuff. Sky Slope, that's who we use for like our transactions and upload all of our documents. Very user friendly. You go through a class on that as well. And their support team is excellent. You can just reach out to them. Mentor program, we talked about that. They will place you with a mentor that's kind of in your area as close as they can, especially in your state because we all have different contracts. And if you don't like your first mentor, that's cool. All you got to do is ask for another and they'll find you another one because not everybody has the same teaching and learning patterns and habits. So sometimes you do have to hop to another one, and that's okay. It's okay. Whatever works best for you and your mentor. So very, very good. There's a lot of value in having that here, especially for new agents. It helped me. So, Marketing Center, you can hop in there. They already got everything's kind of pre-made templates for like business cards, door hangers, flyers, things like that. You just literally go in and tweak a couple of the things on the information, like the phone number or the address, and maybe plug in a new photo. Done. Then we talked about revenue share. That's when you just tell other people how great EXP is. Bring them on. It's a no-brainer. You really don't have to tell people much. When they get here, they'll see how awesome it is. KB Core, that's our CRM. I will tell you, it's such a good program to use. You can make landing pages and squeeze pages and do mass emails and text, and there's all kinds of triggers in there that'll happen when your client's doing certain things that will just send it out there. It can send out holiday stuff just to keep your sphere like in the loop and keep them going, keep working everybody, because we all know we get busy. You don't want to leave any man behind or forgotten. So this really helps organize that and keep you on top of your game. We do, if you were to come in with me on our team, I am on a team Wolfpack. Oh my God, amazing team. We can't even talk about all the value you get from that team as well. And the biggest thing is, guess how much it cost? Not a dime. It's free. free, does not cost me one penny. And they give me so much. We have 5 mastermind calls a week. We just hop on a Zoom. There's like 200, 300 people in there. Everybody just talks business, talks shop. They teach you, strategies, what to do, how to get more clients, how to get leads generations. They have all kinds of free information on, and templates on social media to get you started and to really get those things up and going and just looking great, and just how to thrive, how to make your business grow. And it's all free. We also, under my team, we have access to a wonderful woman. Her name is Tharmila. She knows everything about KV Core like the back of her hand. She knows it all, and she's available to help assist with KV Core education, to get you started on that and show you how to utilize it, like get the max potential out of KV Core. So those are just a couple of things that they do. That's definitely not all. You'll see it, but just a quick little side note, a blurb of just how much I'm getting out of EXP and my team Wolfpack. I'm just getting so much value. And I will tell you that moving to EXP for me was literally game-changing, the best decision I've made. My previous brokerage didn't have much value. I was a new agent, and I felt lost and like I was out on an island all by myself. And I thought coming to a virtual brokerage, I would feel that way coming to a place like this. But I couldn't have been more far from wrong. I have had so much support. In the beginning, it was almost like overwhelming how much value and stuff was thrown at me and how much I was learning. And but at the same time, it was like, okay, I'm overwhelmed trying to get all this onboarding stuff and all these classes, but I was learning. Like now I look back and I'm like, you know what? It was a little overwhelming, but it was better than what I was getting. Nothing. And I have my sponsor. I can always go back and, ask my sponsor anything. That's one line of support, and that's who introduced me to the Wolfpack, which she's amazing. I have my mentor. I can ask her for anything. Even when you're out of the mentor program, you still have those people you can go to, because you don't know everything in the beginning. Even in the end, you always come up with something weird. A lot of weird stuff happens in real estate, but you always have someone to go to. You have those people. You can hop into EXP World. Let's go through that. I'll show you right now. All right, so let me show you your screen. So like I said, EXP World is like The Sims. So you make your character when you first come on board. You make your character, pick your clothes, your shoes, your hair, hat, whatever you want. Anyways, see, and you can just walk around. You can go out and into any of these buildings. You have like your transaction team. You have your, pick your state. You have your Georgia team. I'm Georgia. You have any state though. But anyways, you go into your state, and that's where you can talk to your brokers, which is awesome. You just pull a ticket and fill out this quick little information sheet. And you just wait for just a couple of minutes. I've never waited long. And then they pull you into a table where you can privately chat. You got 2 little sim characters sitting there. You can hear them live over the speakers. They can hear you back. I mean, it's really cool. You also have your mentor team. You can go into that office if you need to go ask a question. Anything you can think of. There's some lenders in here. All kinds of support. You just walk around, find the office you need, and just walk on in. And there's always a little character standing there. Hey, how can I help you? Super cool. Or you can just wander around the beach and just hang out and talk to people walking around. Because if they have their mic on and they're talking, you can hear them if you're not in one of those private areas. So I think that's about it. I try to throw it all out there as fast as I can about why EXP is causing so much chaos, so much disruption in the realtor world, is because it's awesome. Believe me, there's going to be things that people don't like about EXP. But for me right now, it's all rainbows and sunshine. I haven't had any cons. Anytime I've had like an issue, had a couple of things with some transactions that weren't going to the right people correctly when I was in the under one of the mentor transactions, they made that right. They fixed it right away, and they were just amazing about it. So No complaints right now. I'm sure there's people out there that have them, and that's okay. Not every place is going to be perfect, but I will say, as a newer agent, this was a really good move for me. And I'm really happy that I'm with EXP, and I'm happy that I'm with the Team Wolfpack, and they are just helping me grow so much. I know next year, I can already see it. There's going to be much better things for me in my business because I'm just watching it grow day by day. All right, guys. Well, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comment, feel free to drop them below. I'm going to leave my contact information down there as well. Feel free to reach out. You want to ask me any questions, just want to chat. I'd love to tell you more about EXP if you're interested, and tell you about the Wolfpack as well. And, maybe get you guys to come on and start getting some of this value, start making more money, doing the same thing you're already doing. Guys, again, follow me for more everything real estate. Smash that like button, and I will see you soon.